Cool. Wow. Sort of working. Okay. How well can you see the screen?
Let me see.
Am I gonna have
Really
to be
good.
like real close like that and shit?
No, that's like humongous. You can
But you
zoom
can
out, and
you
you
can
can keep zooming out.
yeah. I'll end up zooming in, zooming out to kind of talk about it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so these are just crazy ideas. I don't know if it'll make it anything or be anything,
Hmm.
but it could. I don't know. We'll just kind of play or talk about the ideas. So the idea is it's based on pickup and delivery of like roofers and stuff, and like people who do demolition work.
Okay.
Uh, People who do like demolition work in a town, they'll have rollouts or they have to deal with the waste from those places, and
Right.
then they end up going to a landfill. So let's say in this game, you've got a programming stage and then a execution stage. So kind of like in the cost where you do this stuff at the beginning and then it just happens at the end. You have less control on the programming side. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. So kind of running like a train game. So you'll have a buy stock phase. That'll be like to buy stock in a company. So we'll start off with like three companies. So like there's a red company, a green company, and a blue company, and you'll buy stock in the company. Whenever the company delivers, you'll make a point initially.
Okay.
Okay? And whenever you expand the company, that allows you to have maybe more opportunity to make more money on it if you have stock, and you'll make money by having stock in the company after it delivers. Okay.
Okay.
um, so I'll talk about the second phase because that's the easiest. Okay, so we might have, let's call this like a town, and it could be just imagine what is that, food chain magnate, something
Right.
like that, just a grid of a town, and maybe it expands or doesn't expand or doesn't change or whatever. It doesn't matter. That's scaffolding, right? There's a town, and hold on, let me fill in this. Okay, so I'll color it something else. So this is the town, right? We'll have blocks and whatnot in it, so you'll have actually places, maybe, I don't know. Um, so the first part is they pick up, and then the second part could be well, one part is pick up, one part is deliver, and one part is just buying stock in it. Okay, whenever
Right.
they go and deliver, they do it in truck order. So the green company goes first, red, and then blue in this case, right? So this is truck order. Here are the things, right?
Yep.
So the way it'll work is, we'll go into the phase. We'll go. Maybe this order will change, but first it's run trucks, which means trucks deliver, and then you buy stock, and then they expand their territory. Okay, so the part that sucks is that buy stock in the truck is after the truck runs. Okay, so to kind of explain this, we have the programming phase. During execution, we're gonna run our cards, and then let's say these are where card placeholders, these little gray areas
Hmm.
here. So let's say that's the first card that'll go off. It'll go off for both of us. Second card will go off for both of us, and the third card will go off for both of us, right?
Yep.
So let's say my first card is buy stock in green, and your first card is run the green truck, right? So
Hmm.
you screwed me.
Right, because the truck's gonna run, then you can buy in.
Then I can buy in, and then we'll go to the second card.
Yep.
Okay. So let's say there's two trucks in order. So let's say there's the green truck. And I don't know. This is straight off the top of my head from where I was thinking about it.
Hmm.
So this is all stuff that can definitely change, and it's all just just brainstorming. Okay, so let's say these 3 trucks are going, let's say this is the destination. We'll just make it purple. Okay, these 3 trucks are going to this, from the town to this destination, right? They're going to the destination. They picked up their stuff. They're going to the destination. So in the round 1, we both pick, I think I made a card for it. I picked run red truck, then you picked red stock. Okay, in that case, the truck's going to run on the first, we're going to execute the first part. So first part is trucks run, but they run in this order. The green truck would go, but there's no truck that goes. Then the red truck goes. Red truck goes. No other truck can go because the red truck's delivering.
Okay.
If there was if I, instead of picking the red stock, I said green, no, not green, we'll do blue. That means in this first phase, the blue truck didn't go. It's going to go in the next phase. It'll be the first truck to go in the next phase.
Okay.
Okay, so that might not work. I already see some problems. But anyway, so one truck can go in the delivery place per phase right now in my head. We can change that. That might be too difficult. So that means in the second part, if there's a truck in line, it'll go in the second phase. In the third part, it'll go in the third phase. And if there's any remaining trucks that are going, so let's say, I don't know if I haven't done the math, but maybe they can stack up. So like red's going to go twice here. Well, these would run, and then the other ones would just run after we're done playing cards in order.
Oh, the leftovers top thing?
Yeah, the leftovers.
Yeah.
Ask any questions because I'm probably going all over the place, man.
As soon as I have one, I'll let you know.
Okay. So it's kind of rock, paper, scissors. As far as the truck order and all that stuff, we can figure that out. But the part that's like that I really want to work on or think about is obviously the buy stock and run trucks, one's kind of a counter, not a counter, but it kind of screws the other person. So like if I was ideally doing this, if I did, first I'm going to do, I'm the yellow player. This is yellow. This is green. I'm the yellow player, and I think, well, ideally I want to buy a red stock and then I want to run the red truck, right? So those 2 cards are in order. Whenever we execute one, then we'll execute the other. And when they execute simultaneously, like all the ones go, but if there's ever a dispute, we do turn order. Usually, I don't think there will be, but there might be. I don't know. I haven't done all the math for figuring all this crap out. Okay, so let's say what you did is this. You did buy red stock, and then you ran the, let's say the highest priority, ran the green truck. Right?
Okay.
So I would go, we both go, oh, no, I wanted to do it the opposite way, sorry. You were going to also run the green truck. Okay, so I did this where I thought, well, I'm going to buy a stock and then I'm going to be able to run the run the red truck. So I'm buying in this phase, you ran the red truck before I could buy the stock. I'll still buy stock at the end of the round, but then we go to round 2 of executing cards. You ran the green truck. So that my run the red truck will be delayed. Because in the first round, the red truck's going to deliver, and then the second round, the green truck's going to deliver.
Right.
So, yeah, I already see a problem. I don't know if any of this makes sense. Okay, in this case, I'm trying to do it where, you have a programming phase, and then we'll execute the cards in in the running phase, but in the running phase, it's almost like rock, paper, scissors. You'll still get to do stuff and you'll still make points, but because of the order of stuff, you can screw with people by interacting with their thing.
Right.
So,
Well, you're going to have more than one destination, right?
probably. I don't know if those get added as the game progresses. Because like phase one will be, or phase one and I mean not phase, round 1 and 2 we have like 3 cards, and then we'll add another card, maybe another company, or maybe these cards get stronger or whatever. Like it's going to get far more complex, and there's a lot to explain. But initially, I was thinking that, when these trucks go to deliver, we've got. Well, maybe you're onto something. Maybe when you said, this red truck goes to deliver, maybe I have to pick the destination on the card. Like maybe there's a specific card that says run red to green or whatever.
Yeah, or you just pick whenever it comes time.
Oh, you mean in the execution phase?
Yeah, so like in the execution phase, the green truck goes first because of the tuck order. So then the green truck says, I want to deliver to purple. And so now it's the red truck's turn. The red truck can't go to purple, but maybe there's somewhere else he can choose to go to.
So, maybe. Let's see. Is the buying stock in the truck, let's say if that's not in there and it's just about moving trucks to places, is it unfair to make it where a truck doesn't deliver, or are there fines for not getting a truck to the right place in time?
Yeah. Either one's fine. But if we know this truck order ahead of time, why aren't we both picking buy green stock in the first round and buy green or move red green truck in the second?
Oh, okay. So this truck order is per round. I mean per card. So if let's say I'm basically second guessing you. If you know the green truck's going to run first and you decide to run the green truck first, I know that there's no point in buying stock in the green truck. So maybe that's a issue there.
Sure there is.
Well, I mean for a later delivery, but not for the current delivery because running the truck is first.
Right.
But what I could do is buy stock in the red truck. Okay, so like when you think about like Age of Steam, right? And you think about that first round, and you're looking at the board, and you're like, well, do I do 2 1 loads, right? Or do I expand the train and run the 2 link thing?
Right.
It's kind of like that kind of a question per programming round, without knowing what the interactions are going to be, because the interactions can totally screw you.
Well, you have to know something.
Well, yeah, you'll know something, but not a whole lot. I mean, there has to be. Well, there'll be a part of it that's like the screwage. You can only guess that okay, they can screw me this way, or they can try to benefit themselves.
Like, do we know this truck order when we're programming these cards?
Yes or no, it doesn't matter.
Well, if it's yes, then it's not going to be very fun. If it's no, that's when the crazy business happens.
So truck order can be the manipulation, right?
Yeah, we have to program these cards without knowing what that truck order is going to be.
Okay.
Because if we do, then we're both going to pick buy green stock, run green truck.
Okay, so what if the truck
we both win?
Okay, so let's say the truck order is determined by the players by the cards they play, maybe, or something like that. Or it's random, or I don't know. It could be
whatever it is. You just need to. However it ends up is one thing, but you just need to not know what it is when you program it.
When you program it, okay. And
Otherwise, we're all programming the same thing.
what if it? Okay, so we have the red, and let's say we have these 3 trucks, right? And they're gonna go in this first round. Do they all need to go and deliver, or does it need to be something where, okay, so the red truck delivers in the red first round, then the green truck in the second, and then the third one's the blue? So if that's the case, then you'll just buy stock in the blue until it runs.
Right.
So would it be something like if, let's say, can 2 trucks run in the same round?
If there's more than one destination, they can.
Okay, so let's say there's not. Let's say that at the beginning of the round there's only one destination, and the trucks are going to run in some certain order. So there could be buy stock. Let's say there's 3 red buy stock cards, right? And in the buy stock card, there's in the corner a color, or there's some way randomly that's going to pick
What the truck order ends up being?
what the truck order ends up being, where you can mitigate it, sort of. Where you're trying to, I don't know. Okay, so let's assume it's completely random, right?
Okay.
And let's say they're the only cards you have right now. We'll start from the ground up. Is run trucks, right?
Okay.
We'll just start there. You have run trucks, so we both have the 3 run truck cards, and so right there, and it's a random order. You're just randomly placing it. Well, no, we don't. No, not run trucks. It's buy stock. So we have buy stock. If you happen to pick the wrong card in the first slot, you don't get the stock for that. I mean, you don't get paid for that truck, right?
What's the wrong card?
Well, if there's 3 card rounds, the wrong one would be, if it's randomly chosen, the truck order is randomly chosen. Let's say that's my truck order, my order, right? And this is the run truck order. So these are the order of my cards here on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And then here are the trucks that are run. The red truck goes first. Because the truck runs first and then I buy stock, I don't get paid for that.
So we're not using the run cards anymore?
I don't know. We're using buy stock just to see how that rock, paper, scissors, or how do you make it rock, paper, scissors?
Well, instead of expanding, it'd be cooler if it collapsed. Like, start the game with like 4 destinations and end the game with 1.
Ah, okay. That'd be interesting. Okay,
Especially
so
if this is like demolition, so like the place has been demolished or whatever, it makes sense.
Okay, so if that's the case, we have 4 different destinations. Well, the destinations are just places where those demos come from. So there could be 2 parts, the supply part and the demand part. We'll call demand the landfill and supply where they're coming from.
Okay.
So there's the pickup. There's a pickup and deliver aspect now.
Okay.
So ideally you want to pick up and deliver.
Right.
But certain trucks are scheduled to be at the delivery site.
Right.
And if they're not loaded, they're just not loaded.
Right.
They'll just have to check in there or something like that. Or the opposite. The trucks need to be at the pickup site at a certain time, but they cannot be that's more, I guess, realistic. They have to be at a pickup site at a certain time. And if they're not at the pickup site at that certain time, there's delays or there's fines or something.
Right.
Or it's open for other trucks to go and do that. Okay. Let's see if my mind's fast enough to make these changes. Okay, so we've got a pickup. And so do we have a pickup order and a delivery order? Like separate?
Yep. Are we all picking up from one place?
No, we're picking up from several different demos, and that's the part that collapses.
Oh, okay, then we don't need a pickup order.
Okay.
That one's going to be like musical chairs. When it comes time for you to pick up, as long as there's a place to go, that's fine. But you might run out of places to pick up if you pick up late.
So is that gonna would it be more interesting just talking if it's spatial? So here's the city block. Here's this is a building. That's another building. And there's a building. And there's a building, right?
Yep.
So your trucks, I'm gonna make these long. Okay, so look, your truck could be, next to these two buildings, or next to another truck could be here, and you're having to pick up, and you're having to move.
Yeah, you can make that a full-on map, and you have to pay for gas. So going to a far one costs you more, but maybe it's the only one left, type of thing.
Well, let's go like really small and really simple. You're either in the city, you're on the road to the delivery, or you're in delivery.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So we'll just start real simple. Like, you're either in the city, and I don't know who'd get priority in putting those things in the city. Or how you would find out where the truck is in the city.
Okay.
And then the road to the landfill, and then the landfill. So are we looking at turn order determines shit? Or are we looking at So just for the sake of argument, we'll say it's turn order. The turn order almost, or like the order that all this has to go in, needs to be modular or dynamic. It needs to like change all the freaking time, but the players need a little bit of control over it, but not a whole lot of control over it.
Well, part of that's easy enough. So like, you can determine a random truck order, but then as soon as say the green thing acts, the green thing goes to the back, and now the next time some decision has to be made, it'd be red, then it goes to the back, and then it's blue, so that it cycles, like an initiative.
Okay, so does it depend in? So are you saying it would depend in the area or what it does?
No, right now I'm just saying if it acts or not.
If it acts or not. Okay, so let's say me and you have both the same thing. I want to act in the red truck. You want to act in the green truck.
Yep.
Then it's going to be turn order, or does it need to be something outside of the player's control?
That would be the green truck goes, and then the green truck would go to the back of the line.
So we would have a random way of breaking ties. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
You set up a random truck order in the beginning, and then
Right.
that's just a cycling thing throughout the round or whatever.
Okay, and then you could have a weight on the thing as well.
Yeah.
So like going to the landfill, let's say that's priority. Being on the road to the landfill is second, and being in the city's third. So to determine the next turn order, it would be, well, who went to the landfill, and those that went into the landfill, those remain the same. And then the second priority is road to the landfill, and the third is city. So if everybody acted in the city, they would stay in the same relative order as far as truck order.
Okay.
But if only one went to the landfill and it was last, now it's first.
Okay.
Because it's empty
Right.
and going to work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. arbitrary ID. It doesn't matter. Um, Okay, so let's say we have a city, and your thing is pick up. You play a card that says pick up. Um, Both of us play the same red thing that says pick up. We're on the red truck. We're in the city. We both say red pick up.
Then it's turn order.
Then it's turn order to determine what you pick up.
Who acts with the red truck that we're both trying to act with?
Okay, so let's say I pick up. It benefits both of us,
Yeah.
but it might screw you in a pickup you're trying to do in the second part.
Right.
Okay.
So if we're both trying to act with the same truck, then it goes to turn order instead of truck order. And then
Okay.
whoever's in turn order gets to act with the truck, and the other dude just doesn't do nothing.
Right, and then if that was the case, for scaffolding, I would say it would be reverse priority
Yeah, probably.
for changing order, like who picked up something, who was driving, and who went to the landfill. So like then you relative. Okay, so that's how that could be dynamic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So are you streaming this?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure anybody that's watching is not going to have an idea of what we're talking about.
I don't have an idea.
Yeah, I barely do.
It's just brainstorming. That's all it is. It's just
Right?
how a game
Day one.
day one goes from nothing, some stupid ideas to a little bit less stupid
Right?
to talk. I mean, it really comes down to
Together.
what's that?
You just start slapping stuff together until it starts making sense.
Yeah, and then you play it, and then you figure out what works and what doesn't work at all.
Right.
I don't know. Like, as far as this thing goes, let's say, are we going to know the truck order? We're not going to know the truck order, right? We're going to
You
pick
can't
our
know a truck
cards.
order. Yeah.
What's
pick
that?
your cards, and then somehow a truck order is established after we've already put our cards down.
Okay. So then that allows our first round to be extremely random, which is cool because I don't mind starting from an extremely random place.
Right.
Right. And then I'm like going to
It'll
decide.
become less random as, like, one company becomes more valuable, one company's being ignored. Those types of things will start strategizing later, or creating moments.
Okay. So right now we've got pickup, which means that it's in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have deliver. Does deliver mean, does it need to be like another card to say one for traveling to deliver and then the other one deliver, or
You
it
just
could be
don't
just
need
two,
a deliver card. You just need a move card.
and that's where it's moving?
Yeah, if you move to the landfill and you're loaded, then you unload.
Well, if you move to, I want there to be like this other place where you're on the road to there,
Yeah, like first you have to move, and if you're in the city, you're on the road. And if you're on the road and you play move, you can choose to go back to the city or to the landfill.
Or if you're the only one on the road, you can go to the landfill straight.
Or yeah, whatever you want to do. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can
So
create these little other places.
right. So it's either, so basically it's the road, purgatory, or landfill, right? So I'm going from the road to landfill, but the landfill's full because there's somebody already took priority and their car is there. So you're in
Okay.
purgatory, waiting.
All right.
Okay, so in the next phase, that any trucks that are in purgatory move forward one.
Oh, okay. Like between the rounds or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That means they don't get boned. That just means they act later.
right, but we can do a boning thing. So
Oh,
let's
okay.
say there's a road and it's got let's see, how can you spaces on the road. Okay, so you're looking at it like time.
Mhm.
So hold on a second. there's a road, we'll call this purgatory or a road.
Okay.
Okay, so we have city and then road and then landfill. I'll
Yep.
change the landfill color just to change it. Okay. Let's say the landfill itself, road, has spots open. And we're kind of thinking about this as time.
Yep.
You know, after the first round, this spot closes. After the second round, this spot closes. So, you know, if you're not here within in the third spot, we can have basically, if you're stuck on purgatory in the wrong time, whatever that truck did in between rounds doesn't count towards this game.
Okay.
You know, there's like a reset phase.
Yeah.
So basically, this truck didn't make it in.
Right.
If it's too far down the line, and then we start a new day, no trucks are on the road, and so on.
Right.
You know, thematically, they made their load, but because it was after hours, it was overtime, and they had to pay extra. Nobody makes any points.
Yeah. Something like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let me think about that for a second. So in the first round, let's say both of these trucks are trying to make it to the road. And let's say the road is the most dangerous place because you can possibly not make it home. So this truck, okay, so check this out. What if each segment of time is also a load, and each vehicle can have more than one load, possibly?
Okay.
So let's say in the game, let's say there's 4 segments of time.
Okay.
As for the players, we can't program in that 4th section yet. Basically, we're setting our 3 off, and then the 4th one's just going to happen. If there's somebody in purgatory, they're going to run.
Yep.
If they can.
Yep.
The problem is red truck during the first round picks up 2 loads. In the second round of setting off these cards, he goes to the landfill, and he's the first the first truck after somebody's already in the landfill.
Okay.
In the third section of card, he makes it into the landfill, but he's got to unload 2 things. So when he makes it in, he'll unload 1, and in that 4th unplayed phase, unplayed card section, he unloads the next cargo, right?
Okay.
So if there was a car behind them, they're screwed, and let's say they only had 1 load on them, but they didn't plan on red having 2 loads.
Yeah, so sit around forever.
Right, so red was stuck in purgatory. We're going to the next sections, cards reset.
So they drop their load by the side of the road or something?
That's the thing that happens outside of the game. I mean, it's beyond our... They probably unloaded, but I mean, it's not part of the game because no one's going to make any points for it.
Okay.
Or it starts the next round where they're in purgatory with 1 load. I don't know. The problem with guaranteeing they make it in and people make points of it,
Yeah,
there's no pressure luck.
Right. I'm more in favor of coming up with a story where they don't get paid or whatever.
Yeah.
They illegally dump somewhere.
Right,
So
and
they have to hide what they did, so there's no points.
You can add further punishment by making it where they start in the landfill in the morning. So in the next phase, that truck can't. They're empty in the landfill, so now they have to play a move to get to the city.
Yeah, they'll probably play a whole round just trying to get a load together.
Right. And if you've got stock in that vehicle, it sucks because you need to get it to the town. Or not concentrate on that one, hope somebody else does it.
Just park it on the road and don't ever move.
Don't ever move it.
I'm a roadblock now, fool.
Right, but okay, so let me talk about this is all interesting stuff. So let me talk a little bit about, so this is all based on that Auto Pets just to get scaffolding to start.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we have a programming phase. So let's say I put these 3 cards in the programming phase. It doesn't matter what they are, but I put these 3 cards in the programming phase. Okay.
Okay.
Each card costs me an amount of money to place. So in Auto Pets you have $10. Each card costs $3, right? And then you'll have an offer here at the bottom.
Okay.
So you start off with no cards here. So you'd start off with nothing. You got $10. This is on offer. You buy 1 card. That's $3. So, you have $7 left, right?
Mm-hmm.
With $1, you can flush the
offer. Yeah.
The offer. So you would end up getting, this, that, and that, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Now you have to buy 2 cards. So you buy, this one, the lesser of 2 evils. So you buy the cards and then you go into this phase and it does its thing, right? Now you go to the second thing. Okay, the offer is flushed. Cards come up. You have $10. These cards you've already invested in.
Yeah.
If you buy a card that's the same card you basically are upgrading these cards.
Yeah.
Where they allow the trucks or whatever to do more, buy more stock in a round or whatever. But those are your cards, so you can always sell a card for $1 to get more flushes or whatever. Sell all 3 so you can get an extra buy, and so you're having this system of you don't have a lot of control, but you do and don't at the same time.
Well, nobody has any control, so it's all do the best you can with what was in front of you, kind of thing.
Right, and also though the spatial aspect to it.
Right.
Where's the truck? Which truck's the best truck to buy? Can I get that card? Do I flush?
Yeah.
Do I only have 2 cards and screw it on that 3rd card because I need the money to buy the 2 cards that are actually going to make me points?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that all makes way more sense than what I started with.
Okay, what did you start with? I'm kind of interested.
That we had this whole deck and all these cards were available to us from the beginning.
No. You don't have.
That's why I was saying we're all gonna just play the same thing.
But it also gave us, it helped build this top part, thinking of it like that.
Yeah.
Or
We still
work
have
on
random
building
truck
it.
order. Otherwise, you could get screwed in the offer. If we don't know what the truck order is, then we don't know what's the best thing to buy in the very first round, and it allows it to develop over time, as opposed to there's always the best cards and you just didn't get them dealt in your whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing is there's not only buy 1 stock. I think we could be 3 buy blue stock cards, right? So you'll have level 1 cards that roll out an offer, and they might all be the same crappy card or whatever. I mean, you might totally get screwed. But when we get to the next section, you'll have the level 2 cards, which gets flushed in with your level 1 cards.
Okay.
So, or, they might be its own little stack, and you'll have only 1 level 2 cards, 2 level 1 cards, and so on. And the amount of cards we get to play during a round will open up as well. Or not. We need to just fix that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this is normally where, just talking about this, I would go on my own and just start making some stuff and putting it together, and then bring that to you and see what works and what doesn't work, or what we came up with and what we didn't come up with, and all that. Because there's
really takes off the moment we can actually start playing with it.
Yeah, playing with it. So, just so that I'm clear, there's a pickup, there's a move, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't say there's a deliver, because move is basically going to deliver, and you can get screwed in order there.
Yeah, you don't really need a pickup either, unless we need it.
Well, there's got to be cards.
Yeah, it's it's like how you have it now. It's stock card, do something with your truck card, and an expand card.
What's expand do?
I don't know. Yeah. You invented it.
Yeah, I was wondering if we had an idea, Because at first I was going to expand, like right now, if you like in real life, if you would go and they would lease out a rollout truck, I mean a rollout trailer,
Yep.
and then you'd plant it somewhere, and then they would fill it up, and then you'd go pick it up whenever they called you to pick it up.
Uh huh.
Or it could be expand the company where you have another truck, or it could be have a bigger trailer where you can pick up multiple things,
Yeah, all that sounds cool.
or
Maybe
all
it's
those
like-
could be different cards.
Well, it could be the expand card, and that allows you to like buy an upgrade or something,
So it could be either expand the trailer or
or expand the business, or expand your fleet, or whatever,
mm,
or expand the neighborhood, make more houses, because they start getting blowed up. So maybe that's the like an Age of Steam. You put the little blocks back on the grid.
oh, okay. So, if you had a city,
Or maybe it makes a lane on the highway to the landfill, so there's an extra slot. We could do all kinds of upgrades.
so let's say there's a city block, right?
Okay.
Um, and you'd have your truck. Out there. Okay, so the problem with this thing that we're working on, like not on the card offer part, but on this other part, I think Ryan Courtney's working on a pickup and deliver thing with trucks.
Okay.
So it would have to be something a little bit different.
Yeah, we can theme it whatever we want.
Um,
You go get ice creams from the factory, and then you sell it to the kids on the block. It could be anything.
it could be planets too,
Yeah.
spaceships.
Yeah, space junk collector.
Yeah. Would it be like Age of Steam where you would have certain cubes? I mean, like you have your contract. So, no, let me just
Make some cubes.
now let me change the way this looks just a little bit. So, like these are 4 different buildings. The green's the road, obviously. Let me take this truck off of there. If I would have planned better, I would have had like trucks designed and stuff. Don't really need them though, because this is going to end up being spaceships or whatever. Okay, so there's the city, right?
Yeah.
And now we're, like you said, cubes. Red cube and a green cube.
Yeah, now they naturally collapse whenever they run out of cubes. And we've reinvented Age of Steam.
Reinvented Age of Steam. Okay, so one is the truck needs to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't really want to say the truck is everywhere, right? Or that kind of like takes the logistics out of it.
Yeah, what you had before was good. Put them on a road between 2 squares. And every move allows you to go to any intersection you want on an adjacent tile.
Okay, so where does it start?
At the beginning
The
of
person
the
who,
game.
yeah, or does the person who says move truck, they pick where it starts? And if move truck isn't picked, it doesn't start? Or is it placed in a random place?
No, you just make starting areas. Like make a little circle at one of the intersections and put a 1 on it. Make a little circle at a different intersection, put a 2 on it. And then at the beginning of the game, we just roll some d6s.
That's not a circle. That's a circle. Okay, so let's say that's starting area 1, starting area 2, starting area 3.
Or you can't put 2 right there because that's between 2 tiles.
Why not? These are buildings,
Yeah,
and it's just in the road.
but my move rules that I have in my brain that don't really exist yet move based on tiles. So
Oh,
like
okay.
these 4 tiles need to have like a little gap between them.
Okay, so it would need to be... Okay, so let's say it's constructed not like that.
Uh-huh.
It is constructed differently. Let's see. unlike what's that freaking game? Food Chain. This is constructed in long sections like that. In sections of 4. These are just tops of buildings.
Yeah. So your circles have to go between. They can't go on the edges.
Right. It's got to be.
Yeah, it has to be between the squares.
So let's say this is the starting tile.
Okay.
And those are the starting spaces. And then your next tiles, they can be placed. I don't know. Let's just say for now they're. Oops.
However, they just need to maintain the grid. You can even rotate it all longwise or whatever.
Well, these don't have those though. Oops. Let me do that again. Okay. And just for difference, rotate. Cool. Although that kind of looks the same, but anyway. So yeah, let's say there's different city blocks.
Yep. Now all 3 of your starting areas don't have to be on the same strip. Just put one on one strip, one on a different strip, and the third one on a third strip. If you want.
Okay. So we'll do that. Put no starting cars here just to not do it.
Yeah, and then just delete. Yeah, perfect.
Oops. We'll put this one down here. Okay. So in your movement rules, though, they were going through blocks, right? The ones you had in your head.
Yeah. So you could go to any intersection you want on an adjacent strip here.
But that means that this truck. Well, we'll make this into a truck. Oops. This truck has an advantage.
Well, that's if you have to go to the landfill from the edge of the city. You could say if you're moving to the landfill, you can move to the first landfill space from anywhere in the city.
Okay, the landfill space is pretty much free. Landfill straight from the city, straight to the landfill. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, to the road to the landfill, but yeah.
Right. All these roads lead to the landfill.
Yeah, you only have to navigate the city when you're trying to go get a pickup. Once you get one, your next move can be straight to the first spot on the road to the landfill.
Okay, so let's say this is. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Are we? So let's say to start the game, the red truck starts in this this blue truck starts in this blue spot, and it starts able to pick up one thing on its own space. And the same thing would go if this was a red truck. The red cube. Make that red. Bring that to the top. Okay. And then we'll go green with that one. To not be Aegis theme, are the other cards to place those cubes?
Yeah, they could be. That could be part of your expand card, or it could be a different card.
Yeah, it could be part of your expand card where you actually place these things out.
Yeah.
And without placing the expansion card, it doesn't. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's like calling up a client to find out where they need you to be.
Okay, and what if... Okay, this is just a what if. What if you can't place a second cube unless that company has a stock sold?
Oh, be a bigger company?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to be
So,
bigger in order to manage that many orders, kind of thing.
right. So now if let's say I get the blue card that says expand, let's say in my offer to make my programming my cards, I got blue expand, red expand, and green buy stock. In that case, I want to do green buy stock, so because the other two expands don't really do anything, unless by chance that you may have expanded one of those other ones.
Right.
I mean, bought stock in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah. So in other words, if I if on my card offer to buy cards, all three of them are expand, and they're expand one of each different color, right?
Hmm.
I have to try to almost guess what, or just it's just randomly trying to figure out what stock you're gonna buy, because those expand cards don't do jack, because those companies aren't big enough.
Ah. So say they're already at max size
Right.
for how much business is out there, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I have to know the truck order, because I can expand if that cube is gone.
Right.
Because the company's one size, I expand, I put a cube out because the cube's gone to the landfill.
Right.
I like that. That's kind of.
Now we have some programming to our programming.
What do you mean?
Now it's not random programming. Now there's choices to be had.
True, but initially there is. Like initially is.
Well, that's all we can do right now. It may all fall apart 2 rounds in or something.
Right. But like, let's say I choose the buying stock is always good, except it doesn't. It costs you versus.
Well, it costs you, and that company may never run again.
True. But it's a better thing than pick and expand. Expand is like, unless you're running the company yourself, the expand is a gamble unless they deliver. So if that's the case, right? Expand needs to be worth a lot of points.
Well, you have multiple options on expand. It's not always just put a cube out.
Right, it could be to expand the
you
truck.
buy another truck or trailer or
Right, but let's say the company cannot grow. If it's a size 1 company, it's a size 1 company.
uh-huh.
It's already got one truck and one
Order.
order, right? Once it's a level 2 truck, well then you have 4 options. You've got 2 cubes and 2 spaces. I mean,
Right.
3 options because you expand 1 space, or you can buy another truck, and each truck it's cumulative, because
Right.
with a size 1 truck you're only having 1 truck and 1 cube. Size 2 you could have 2 trucks, you could pick up 2 cubes, but only 2 cubes that can be out there.
Right. And all that was an expand action over and over again. You had to expand to do the truck. You had to expand to put the cube out. You had to expand to put another cube out. A lot of expand actions.
So now
Probably
here,
the way it should be.
right, but now we look at your diesel idea.
Mhm.
If you run two trucks, the overhead for that has to be high.
Yeah, because whenever you buy a train, your expenses go up every round.
Well, I wasn't thinking like that, but I guess so. Your truck expenses need to be high because you're running 2 trucks that can't run to capacity because you need to have people who buy more stock in it.
Yeah.
So let's say you have stock in a company who is that's over expanded, so the company's losing money.
Okay.
Or let's say we'll call it losing points. So
Right.
when the company, let's say you have stock in a company that is in the red, maybe it costs the players in diesel, points per diesel, if you have stock in that company.
Oh, to keep it going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I have, it's the red company, It's a size 2 company. 2 stock have been bought in it. Okay, I have both stock. Like an idiot, I expanded the trailer and expanded the truck. So there's 2 trucks, 2 trailers.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 3 cells per round to keep that company afloat.
Okay.
So let's say it'll just be some like, let's say each company takes, oh, shoot. We'll just have to write the chart, but it's like a size 1 company takes 1 delivery per round to make it work. A size 2 company takes 3 per round to make it work, and we just figure out the math. Right?
Right. Yeah. All
So-
that can be adjusted.
Yeah, all that's going to be adjusted. But so, like, if you have stock in a company and it doesn't run, you lose points.
Right. You go backwards on the stock.
You start going backwards by 1 each round. And if you have a size 2 company and it doesn't run, you're going back by 3 per round. It's basically delivery minus diesel.
Right. You got to pay your expenses.
Yeah. Yeah, see, now we got something.
Yeah.
Sort of. I got something to build from or start
Right.
from,
Yeah.
I think. Like, just imagine in your random deck of cards, I mean, in your random programming thing, you decided to go for buy stock in red, pick up in red, deliver in red, right?
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be a way to, like, fuck somebody to take their red. You know, because, like, in Age of Steam or in any other game, that isn't the color of the thing doesn't belong to the truck. Like here, I'm making it belong to the truck.
Yeah.
So
All it takes is one person with a move red truck action, and oh, you just thought you were going to the landfill. Oh, now you're back in the city.
oh no, yeah, that's true. Or check this out. Also, or maybe also, that okay, this black building here with this red cube, right?
Huh?
Has, let me get a shape. Let's call this star the delivery good. Somebody could place their own pickup unit there, dumpster or whatever, rollout there. There's only one unit of trash there to pick up, and then you have to figure out who gets it.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Right, so then it's a pickup, and then it's in truck order. So Blue snipes the thing from you and takes it. Maybe. Or is that too going towards the realm of Age of Steam?
No, it's going away from the realm of Age of Steam.
Because you've got two people who can pick it.
Yeah, and you have to establish a base there. There's no stations or nothing in Age of Steam. So you have to establish your little drop-off point first.
So that means when the game is first set up, oops. You need to have a square at the very beginning. So this is the start of the town, right? Where all the trucks start at the same place.
Oh yeah. That makes more sense. Like
They're all competing for this one job.
starting map space. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all competing for this one job. So there's only two players in this game. We're both competing for this job. We both have a deal here. And there's the junk to pick up. There has to be actions to place more junk in the adjoining
spaces and whatnot,
spaces. But then we also then we have to figure out the spatial thing for moving. But that might
Yeah.
not be that big of a deal.
Probably not.
So there can be an add junk.
Yeah, that's part of expand too. Add junk is, calling up a client and finding out if they have something.
Or well, we're the expand thing is carrying a lot of weight.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can break that into whatever number of cards we want to. There could be a call client card, and that's where you find more junk or whatnot. I'm more or less just saying that to say that, yeah, that could be a card.
Yeah. And what about like things that are on the Okay, so let's say junk. Let's say there's multiple junk that can be on that building.
Uh huh.
So that way there's a way to unscrew yourself, but it just takes more.
Or what if when you play the add junk card, it's not always just one. Like maybe it's roll a D4 or D3 or something. So different amounts of junk can come from any given add junk action.
Okay, so let's talk about like the very first one, right? So in the very first one, we're both gonna be on the same thing. We both have our rollouts on there, our pickup system.
Mm-hmm.
We know there'll be at least one junk there.
Yeah.
There should be a way to add junk to that building top to guarantee that you'll be able to pick something up. Maybe.
Yeah, so make the cards, instead of do one thing, split them in half and give you 2 actions per card.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't even have to be that way on all the cards, just maybe some of the cards.
Yeah, maybe. But I was kind of thinking it was like it could be a heavy opportunity cost to do that for the guarantee.
Yeah.
Like let's say the card only says pick a spot, put a piece of junk on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you pick, they got the truck order on you, they pick up the stuff, or you both said, well, we'll both place junk. Well, then now, if you both place junk, one of you could have delivered it with and had no problem. If we put pick up,
That's the prisoner's dilemma.
yeah,
The only way to guarantee yourself one is for everybody to say place junk.
right. And so it'd be the person who takes the chance.
Would
And
either
you could-
unfairly get ahead or just get boned.
What do you mean? In what way? I guess.
Well, say 2 people take a chance. Now you're on the truck order thing.
Yeah, now you're on truck order.
Well, that was random. And if only one person took the chance, well, then they're ahead.
Right, but the other thing you could have done is, I mean, it is going to come down to cards, and you can, okay, so whoever plays this on the first round, they're going to feel like it's so unfair, right?
Right.
But when you start making the second set of cards that come out much stronger than the first set,
Oh, yeah, then everything changes.
it'll make it up, and
Like
plus,
your first action in the cost.
right, and then also, if you keep your cards and make them more stronger, they're actually the curve of those becoming stronger isn't as great as the curve of the new level of cards.
Ah,
So at some point you have to decide to get rid of your stock in a company, and get rid of the buy stock in a company card or
better
whatever.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The stock can be on hand. So this is a level 2 company, but that stock is always in that space.
Or
Like when I play the buy stock, what's that?
blocking
Yeah,
an action spot.
yeah, I'm blocking an action spot, but every time that company makes money, I make money. But when that company loses money, I lose money.
Yeah, well, that goes against your needing to make 3 deliveries to keep it going, kind of thing. Because now you have to do more with even less spaces, which probably ain't even going to happen.
Well, that buy stock, it could be that could be one of the split cards that allows you one action with that.
Oh, when you buy stock, it comes with an action.
Yeah, it comes with a red action.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That way, it's not just useless.
Not completely useless. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. But it's just, you can't really tell what it's going to be like until we actually build stuff. And
Yeah.
it sucks that Tabletop Simulator's not
Why is it
working right.
not? Oh, is
I
it
don't
like
know.
glitched up or something?
I don't know if it's on me or if it's on. I don't know if it's I glitch on my end or on their end, but I'm not able to upload images right now. And I was like a week ago. And I don't know if anything really has happened there between
Time to
here
send
and
them
there.
an email, man.
Yeah, something. Well, cool, man. I guess we'll stop there, and
Alright.
maybe something will go forward with this
Cool.
idea. Maybe it'll be less Age of Steam.
I
Hopefully,
think the longer we mess with it, the less Age of Steam it will become.
yeah, and the less auto pets as well.
I still haven't played that.
It's probably too simple for you, but it's something I can play at work and actually do work. So
You can play it straight out of the browser, though. You said.
yeah, I play it on the browser at work. And then I just
might
like
try that tomorrow.
collapse the browser when somebody comes in.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing is I'll set up a battle and I'll put them to battle and somebody walks in. Well, they're fighting while the thing is minimized.
And you're fighting against another live person.
Yeah, another live person who just set up their cards. Well, I
Will
say
it
cards.
wait
They set up
forever
their
on you
pets.
whenever it's your turn to do something,
There is no. Well, yeah, like okay, so
or once you start fighting, it's done until it's over.
no. Okay, I buy cards
Yep.
and then we fight. Like we hit fight. All that's automatic. Then it takes you to another screen that tells you whether if you won or lost. I mean, you see the fight, and then it tells you whether you win or lose, and then from there you go back to the buy-in screen. So the buy-in screen and the whether you won or lost screen, you could be there forever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but nobody's waiting on you.
Nobody's waiting on you.
Nobody's ever waiting on you. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Right, ever.
Right. I see.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure it'll just execute the math when after you connect with another person, it executes the math,
Right.
and then it
plays out
shows
the
you the battle. Yeah, and then
And you have
done.
nothing to do until it's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it only takes like a second for it to go through. I mean, like 2 seconds of it showing the battle, and then it's done.
And then your worms won.
Yeah, and then my worms are the shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
check
right.
that out.
Cool, man. Well, I'll let you go and play Elden Ring.
I don't know. I may do a couple of dungeon runs on Tina and call it a night.
Oh, really?
Elden Ring is getting frustrating.
Already?
I'll try it again tomorrow, but I don't know. Maybe I may
It
have
looked
to do
pretty-
some reading. Get a little
It looks
bit of
pretty
guidance.
badass, man. It's too open for you.
I just don't know if I suck or if there's something I'm missing.
Mm.
If I suck, I don't mind just grinding it up till I get better. But if there's like, oh, you should have upgraded all your armor around that tree, I'm like, oh, well, why did I sit 2 days dying here? That would piss me off.
I'm guessing there's none of that, but I mean, I think you
I
just
don't know.
suck.
Probably.
You might just be in areas that are too hard for you. I don't know.
That might be the case too, because I'm always prone to just going wherever, and then I'm too used to modern games with dynamic leveling systems. Like in Tina, you can go wherever you want, and the bad guys are going to be challenging.
Mm.
There's not a place you can go where they're too challenging or too easy. It just sets the bad guys to whatever you are.
Oh, wow.
The whole areas that are too high level for you, that's old school way of making games.
Well, from what I hear, it's that other way, the older way.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
which is fine.
Not too
It
shabby.
said level 25, I know not to go attack it, but it doesn't say shit until you're dead.
That's how you know.
Yeah. I went into a little thing earlier. Dude kills me in 1 to 2 hits. Bam. Faster than I can dodge. So I guess I need to level up before I go back there.
Wow. I don't know. Seeing it on your screen makes you really antsy to try it. But that thing where you can only jump in certain people, that sucks. Because
You
I
gotta be on the
know,
same platform.
yeah, because I know Sarah's gonna probably want it on PC, and she doesn't have an Xbox, so she'll either do it that or on PlayStation. But I think she prefers PC, so that means I can never join yours.
I don't mind getting it for PlayStation if that's what everybody's going to be on.
I don't know if she's gonna. I think she. I had to talk to her and see what she'd want to be on, and
Well, if
see.
y'all end up on PlayStation, just let me know. I don't mind. I'll switch over.
Okay.
Especially before I get too far into it.
Yeah, let me ask her today and see what she'd want to do.
Cool, man.
All right. Cool, man. Well,
All right,
I guess
later.
I'll let you go. All right. Bye.